Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Madison Reid, and if you're new here, I do try to post 3 to 5 times a week, and I would absolutely love it if you would subscribe to my channel. Alright, so for today's video, it is so hot outside, so I figured it would be awesome to show you guys my summer-proof makeup routine. When it gets so hot outside, it's hard to keep your makeup on because it honestly just wants to melt off, and it's annoying. So today I'm just going to be showing you all the tips that I take to make my makeup summer-proof. So if you guys would like to see how I got this look and also see my summer-proof makeup routine, you are in the right place. Just keep watching. Okay, so first things first, I have finally found the best moisturizer in the whole entire world. And the moisturizer I was using before was the Compared to Clinique. It's the Equate brand. It was like literally my favorite moisturizer of all time, and I still love them and it's still really good, but I have probably the driest skin in the whole entire world. Like, my skin is so dry. So with that moisturizer, I found that like I would have these tiny bumps on my face, and they're like more or less like these dry bumps. I don't know how to explain it. Lately I've been using the L'Oreal SPF 15 Active Daily Moisture. Oh my god, you guys, this is so good. When you put it in your hands, it literally feels like silk, or just like a silky type consistency, and it feels so good on your skin, and I will literally just layer it up on my skin. Alright, so for my summer-proof makeup, I personally, as I was saying, have super dry skin, so I have to use the NYX Hydro Touch Oil Primer, or my foundation like throughout the day would just get drier and drier, which is awful because usually people's skin gets oilier throughout the day. But during the summertime, my skin does get a little bit more oily because I am sweating outside and it's just so freaking hot outside. But I'm just going to use this anyway because with the foundation that I'm using and the powder that I'm using, my foundation will stay on pretty much all day. But for anybody out there that does have oily skin, I highly recommend the Rimmel London Stay Matte. It's a super great face primer, and it will help your foundation stay on all day. It's so good. I absolutely love that one as well. Okay, so now that I have the natural oils on my face that everybody else normally has, for foundation today I'm going to be using the Wet n Wild Photofocus foundation. If you haven't tried this foundation, it's only $4.99. Foundations that I like that are from the drugstore are usually like around 11 or 12 bucks, and this is $4.99. Like, I've been using this every day. I've been through 4 bottles already. That's so bad. But I've been through 4 bottles already, and I use this on a lot of my clients. And at the end of the day, they always text me and they tell me that their foundation stayed on so good. But I will say, for anybody with dry skin, when I first tried this, I didn't like it because I was using the Rimmel London primer, and this is more of a matte foundation. So if you're using a matte primer on top of that and your skin is really dry, it doesn't really look good. It can make your skin look textured. So just make sure you're using the right primer with it. I personally like it with the NYX Hydro Touch Oil Primer with my dry skin, but if you have oily skin, the Rimmel might be okay for you. And another thing that I love about this foundation is the little applicator is so easy to just like apply on your skin. But you guys, I'm so serious. When I first tried this foundation, I absolutely hated it. I was like, why is everybody raving about this? It's so awful. And I even tried it with no primer, but with my dry skin, it just would not work out. And I had someone comment on one of my videos that I use a lot of foundation like Nikki tutorials, and I'm not gonna lie, like, I love full coverage. I like to cover most of my freckles. I mean, I do have days where I don't really wear foundation. I just cream contour a little bit and have my freckles out, but most of the days I try and cover my freckles. I just like the look of a full coverage foundation. And I meant to tell you guys, the color that I have is golden beige. It does have a little bit of a yellow undertone in it, and that's what I really love about this foundation. The first place that I like to put a little bit more on is my chin, and that's because throughout the day my chin is the first place for my foundation to come off. I have no idea. Like, my chin just repels makeup for some reason. I always like to put a little bit more there. For a lot of people, it's in their T-zone. I don't get oily, so I don't really have to like layer it up in my T-zone, but sometimes I will put an extra layer just to cover up my freckles a little bit. And you guys, this foundation will last through any heat, literally anything. This foundation reminds me a little bit of Estee Lauder and the YSL All Hours foundation. Alright, and I am going to be cream contouring today, and I'm going to be using the Madbelline Fit Me concealer in the color Cafe, and it's just the perfect color contour, honestly. I tried the Makeup Revolution one in the color, God, what color is this? C13, And I'm going to show you guys the comparison. Every time I go to Ulta, they're out of like every color in the Makeup Revolution, so I can never get the color I actually want. And the Makeup Revolution one does come off a little bit more orange than I would like it to. Maybe I can get a different color one of these days, but as I said, Ulta never has any of them in stock. I more or less like more cool tone cream contours. I don't know why, I just feel like they look better on my skin. I don't really like oranginess. I feel like it brings out like a fakey side, like when you start putting a bunch of orange stuff on your skin, like it just doesn't look good. As you guys can see, this one looks so much more orange than this one. This is the Maybelline Fit Me, and this right here is the Makeup Revolution. I don't know why this one looks so orange. In the bottle and in the store, I thought it was so pretty. I was like, oh, this is gonna look great. No, it does not look great. It looks so orange, but nothing against Makeup Revolution. Their concealers are so good. So I'm going to try that in another color, but as of right now, this is my favorite color that I've ever found in a cream contour. So usually I just like to start this out in dots kind of around my forehead, and then I will go in a 3 around the rest of my face. And this is surprising, I guess, but I did learn this from Kim Kardashian. One time I watched her cream contour and I was like, wow, I really want to try that. So I did, and I fell in love. And this just kind of outlines your face, and it also adds a little bit more dimension to your face, which I really, really love. Alright, to blend this out, I'm going to be using my damp beauty blender. Sometimes I will use a brush, but for the most part, I like to use my foot sponge. I feel like it blends it out really good and actually presses the product into my skin. If I'm going for more of a harsher contour, I will use a brush because it doesn't soak up the product as much as the beauty blender. Before a summer day, I would definitely stick to my beauty blender. Alright, now I'm going to be going in with my Tarte Shape Tape in the color Light Sand. And this is the most full coverage concealer that I've ever used. But I did see Tarte came out with a new concealer, and it's supposed to be like more hydrating. But as you guys know, I didn't have the best experience with the hydrating foundation. But I am going to try the hydrating concealer. They say it's supposed to be like the Tarte Shape Tape. This one, I don't know what the difference is in the names of them, but sorry guys, my camera just randomly stopped recording. Of course, this happens to me all the time. But anyways, I went ahead with my Tarte Shape Tape, and I'm also going to put a little bit more on the sides of my nose just to help contour the sides of my nose and make my nose look smaller and snatched. And lately I've been putting a little bit on my forehead right here. You guys, I used to think that if I did this, it would make my forehead look bigger, and I already have a pretty big forehead, but I've realized that if you do that and kind of blend it out, it can make your forehead look a little bit more wide. And I actually like that because it doesn't make my forehead look as long, and I really have a long forehead, so. Okay, so now the most important step to survive the summer heat is setting your makeup. Honestly, this is most important to me because what you set your makeup with is how good your makeup's gonna stay throughout the day. And me personally, I absolutely love the original RCMA powder. This is so good. A lot of like professional makeup artists use this, and it's so good, you guys. This whole bottle has lasted me for a long time, and it's only $12. You can buy it on the beautylish.com, I believe. I'll link it down below, but it's honestly a no color powder is what it says, and it just kind of goes with whatever color is on your skin. So it's kind of like a translucent powder, but oh my god, you guys, it is so bomb. It's so finely milled too, so it doesn't make you look cakey or anything. It honestly just makes your skin look like skin and not like build up excess like cakiness to your skin. So I'm just going to be setting this under my eyes with my damp beauty blender, and also on the sides of my nose. Alright, so for the rest of my face, I'm going to be using my Morphe E41, and it's the biggest powder brush you will ever see in your whole entire life. I totally got foundation on the side of it. I just really like this because it gets the job done, and it gets it done really quick because it's so big. So I'm just going to be patting this over the rest of my skin. The reason I like to pat is because if you rub, you can actually mess up your foundation, and it just, you spend all that hard work doing all that, so might as well pat it and be gentle. And if you do have oily skin, you can pack this on pretty good. This will not make your skin look dry or cakey. It's honestly the best powder I've ever used. Alright, so next I'm going to go ahead and start powder contouring. And the reason I cream contour first is because I feel like it adds a little bit more dimension. I like to set my cream contouring with powder contour It's just something that I personally like to do, and lately I've been loving this contour right here, and it's my Rayeraye palette. I've been mixing it with this color Chai and Mocha. These two on my skin are so good, but as you guys can see, it has a variety. That's just like a deeper contour, medium, and this is light for more paler skin tones. But I'm just going to be mixing these together on my Morphe R2, and I'm just going to be working this around my forehead just to give me more of a sun-kissed look. A lot of people wonder why I contour around my hairline, but it honestly just makes you look like you were kissed by the sun, and it looks so good in the summertime. Alright, for blush today, I'm going to be using the Dandelion and the Benefit Cheek Parade palette. As you guys know, this has been my favorite for so long. I'm going to have to buy another Cheek Parade just for like this whole package deal, because it's literally the best deal you can get. Alright, to contour my nose with, I'm going to be using that same color Mocha in the It's My Rayeraye palette. And I'm just going to be using my Morphe M330, and I'm just going to be running this down the sides of my nose. Alright, I'm just going to be taking my damp beauty blender, and I'm just going to be using this and cutting this just a little bit, just so it looks a little bit more precise. Alright, I'm also going to be dragging this across my jawline just to clean this up a little bit. I always like a really nice defined contour. It looks a lot better than leaving it like this. I mean, you can leave it like this, but honestly, it just looks so good to have that nice line like right there. If you do have a really oily T-zone, I highly recommend dipping your beauty blender in the RCMA powder and putting it in your T-zone and really packing that powder on. It'll honestly help your makeup stay on so good, and this powder literally works wonders. Like, it's the best powder I've ever tried. Okay, I don't know about y'all, but for summer, I don't really like to wear a lot of dark eyeshadow. I tend to cling to more lighter colors and just brighter and uplifting colors because I feel like it looks so pretty in the summer. So I'm just going to be going in first with this color Nudist and the It's My Rayeraye palette. I'm just going to be working this on my Morphe M441 in my crease. And this really isn't that dark of a color. It just kind of helps build that transition color up. As you guys can see, like, there's like the most minimal color to that. But I actually really, really like it. I'm just going to be picking up the color Pancake, and it is right beside the color Nudist, and it honestly looks like the color of a pancake. It's so light and refreshing, and it just adds a little bit more dimension after you put that Nudist color on. And I just have been wearing this just about every day for the summer, and I think for the most part I got this from like Kylie Jenner, because like if you ever look at her natural looks, which is like her everyday look, she always uses just like lighter browns to kind of contour your eye, like if you're not going to wear a lot of makeup. Okay, now just for a little bit more dimension, I'm just going to be picking up my Morphe M330, and I'm just going to be picking up the color Mousse, and I'm just going to lightly tap in it, and I'm just going to put this right here on my outer V, just in the slightest bit. I just want to add a little bit more dimension to this look, because honestly, I just like for it to look a little bit more dark. Alright, now I'm just going to be taking the same brush and picking up the color Mousse. I'm just going to work this on my lower lash line. I've been using a more fluffy brush for this lately just because I feel like it helps it look more or less natural. Now I'm just going to be picking up the color Angel, which is my favorite color in the whole entire world. It's a very pretty white shimmery with also like gold flakes in it. And if you haven't seen my It's My Rayeraye palette review, I will link that above, because this palette, no words, I can't tell you, gotta watch this video. And the reason I like to use my finger is because during the summertime I'm usually doing 10,000 things, so it saves a lot of time and it picks up a lot of pigment doing it like this. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and do my eyebrows, my liner, and lashes, and I will be right back. Alright, so for my brow bone highlight, I did use this white shade again. And for my lashes, I did some Your Lash Bar lashes. I can't remember exactly which ones I did, but I will link them down below. And for my eyeliner, I did use the Wet n Wild eyeliner. It's my current fave at the moment, and it's super affordable. Alright, for lip liner today, I'm going to be using the Essence lip liner in the color Sucker for Grey. Alright, for lipstick, I'm going to be using the Milani lipstick in the color Bahama Beige, and it's the prettiest, almost like a peachy nude color, and I have been absolutely loving it lately. I've been loving this peachy color for summer. I feel like it's ultimately like the prettiest summer lipstick. I don't know why, something about these peachy undertones just remind me of summer, and I absolutely love it. And for lip gloss, I'm going to be using this Rimmel London lip gloss. It doesn't really have a name on it or a number or anything, but this lip gloss was so cheap when I got it, and that's why I was like, oh my god, I gotta try it. And what I love about this lipstick, you guys, is it's not a sticky lip gloss. A lot of lip glosses get like sticky over time, and I don't like that. This one's more of just like almost just like a wet like sheen. I don't know how to describe it, but it's like a really good lip gloss, and I don't know the name, but it does have these little gold flakes in it that I love. And I just usually like to put just a little bit on. As you guys can see, it just kind of makes my lips look a little wet without feeling sticky, and it honestly makes your lips look plump and just a little bit bigger. Alright, last but not least, for highlight, I'm going to be using the color Moonlight in the, it's my rayeraye palette. So good, you guys. It's the best highlight. It's crazy because it literally looks white. But I'll show you guys what it looks like when I put it on. Isn't that crazy? Like, it literally looks gold. I don't know if you guys can see that in camera, but it has like these gold flakes in it that make it look so unique. Alright, last but not least, a very important step for summerproof makeup. You always need to set your makeup. This is ultimately the best way to make your makeup stay in place and honestly just look so refreshed. I personally like the Milani Make It Dewy, but they also have one that says Make It Last, which is so amazing. It just kind of makes your makeup sit on your skin really good and stay in place. The reason why I like the Make It Dewy is because it adds a nice sheen to my skin, and I'm running out, so I'm not going to be able to use a lot. But the sprayer on these are so like fine, like you can't even see it. A lot of setting sprays are literally so watery. It puts these like wet dots on your face, and I can't deal. I just can't deal. So I'm just going to be using this to set my face today. Alright, this is the final look for my summerproof makeup. I hope you guys all enjoyed this video, and as always, if you would give this video a big thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel, it would mean the absolute world to me, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!